Tamara Bennett with Southern Adornments Decor. I'm back on here for day 5 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a quick demonstration on how to use the stencils that I'm selling. This one's been used about 1,000,000 times and I need to give it a good cleanup, but I just wanted to do a basic circle stencil for you guys. And this one's not available yet on my website, but I did stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning last night designing the top 3 requested stencils to put on my website for you guys, which was chevron, quatrefoil, which is kind of like the little diamond pattern, or harlequin, if you're not familiar with it. And then totally lost my train of thought. Moroccan tile. It's kind of like a, I don't know. It was the other one that I was cleaning last night, because I know a lot of people were like, oh, I want the 2 you were cleaning. So those 3 types of stencils are now available on my website. I put a little link up at the top for you guys to find them. You can either buy the actual stencils like this, or you can buy the cut files if you have like a silhouette or a Cricut or something that can cut the stencils for you. So as you're coming on, tell me hey. Tell me what you've been doing today, and if you've been watching me every day, because this is day 5, so 5 days together if you guys have been following me all the way. Today we're just going to be doing something really simple. This is just like a 2x4 block of wood, and somebody has asked me to paint a teacher's like name plaque. I think that's what it's called, or a name plate. It'll sit like on the teacher's desk, kind of like this, and it'll have like her name across the front. Hello, Nikki. And so I'm going to kind of do like a little polka dot pattern on the top of this, and I'll show you guys how to use the stencil. And then we're going to do like a cute little apple and then the name of the teacher. Hello, Brittany and Stephanie from Texas. I'm so glad you guys are saying hi to me as you're coming on. Makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself. So anyways, are your kiddos in bed? I finally just got mine in bed. The 2-year-old got up about 3 times saying, I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama. I said, I love you too, but it's bedtime. She doesn't understand. Mom's got things to do. Okay. So these stencils, they are about 12 inches this way, 18 inches this way. The pattern on them will maybe a little shorter though. It may be more like 16 because you have to allow like a border so they don't fall apart. Hello, Sarah. And so it may be more like 16 by 11, the actual stencil part. And so for this project, it will reach all the way from one side to the other. Now, if it didn't, like if this was a really long board, I could just start on one end, and after I got that part painted, I could peel it up and wash it off, and then just realign the pattern, like maybe take the last 2 dots that I painted and align them back up and continue painting the rest of the board if I needed to do that. Brooke, you can't wait to order some stencils. Well, that's awesome, because I did get the chevron, the quatrefoil, and the Moroccan tile ones posted last night. You can get them the cut file or the actual stencils. So, all right, let's get started. I want to do this. I just lost my paint plate. Hang on. I'm all out of egg cartons, and it's really sad. I'm having to use foam plates. I got kind of spoiled. All right, I want to do the polka dots in this Key West color. That's like my #1 favorite color of all the apple barrel paints. So I'm just going to squirt a generous amount, because it will take a pretty good amount because I'm using a sponge brush. So I've got quite a bit on my plate here. And if you have never seen these things, these are the polka dot sponge brush things you can get in the craft section at Walmart. They come in like 3 sizes. But I just prefer these because they distribute the paint pretty evenly over the stencil. You can use a paintbrush. You don't have to use a sponge. The paintbrush, though, will have a tendency to want to push the paint under the stencil because the stencil's not adhesive. So, and if you've got a big project and you want, you can tape your stencil down, but you do not have to. Okay, so I'm just going to dip and get a little bit on my dauber, and I'm going to line my stencil up, kind of get it as straight as I can. Actually, no, I think I'm going to do it a little crooked because I don't want my polka dots to be in a line. And they're kind of in a line on here, but I don't want them to be in a line on the board. And since this project is like the stencil's curving over it, I'm going to push down on the stencil to make sure it lays completely flat on my board. And where I am painting, I'm just going to do like a little daubing motion. Oh, hang on. I thought I had the video pulled up on my iPad so I could read your comments, and I just lost it. I forgot to refresh the the page and get it going. So let me get that pulled up real quick because I don't want to miss any comments. Hello, Angie and Karen. Good evening. Okay, I got it. We are in business. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Tiffany. Okay. Yes, continue telling me hi as you come in. I love to hear your comments. All right, so I'm just doing a little daubing motion. And by doing the daubing motion, it keeps it from getting the paint up under it. And these stencils are 7.5 millimeters thick, which is just thick enough that they're kind of durable. You know, you can scrub on them like I was last night when I was cleaning them, but you don't. But they're thin enough that they make a good stencil for the paint to. I don't know. Somehow I've read somewhere that if the millimeters are thicker, that you'll have problems with your paint getting under the stencil. I haven't tried any other millimeter. Like I haven't tried like the 10 millimeter or the 4 millimeter. I just know that the 7.5 millimeter works great for me. So if you're going to cut your own stencils, on my page on my website where I was selling the stencils, I put a link in there to Amazon so you can find the right stencil material that I use. So I tried to make it easy for you. Hello, Tanya. How's everybody doing? Okay, as you can see, I'm just continuing on across. Is this close enough? Like, can you guys see okay? Hopefully you're just, I mean, because you don't really have to see up close to know what I'm doing. You just kind of watch like how I'm like daubing it on there. And you will see like a little bubbly looking bubbles in the paint because it's a sponge, you know, but when it's dried, you won't notice the bubbles. Almost done, and then I will peel it up and we will reveal the pattern. Okay, ready? Voila! Look how cute is that? And that was so easy. Like, I should have told somebody at the beginning of this to set a timer because that probably didn't take 2 minutes. And it's super cute. The colors look kind of weird. I guess it's my dining room light. I don't know. But anyways, it's Key West. It's kind of an aqua color. And while that's drying, I kind of wanted, like, instead of wrapping the polka dots across the front and back of the board, I kind of wanted to, like, paint a border in, like, a slightly darker turquoise. So I'm thinking about using this Laguna. Do I still sell stencils? Yes. Check out my website. I put the link up at the top, Stephanie. They are on there. And let me drop this in the paint because I don't want that to dry out. All right, I'm just going to take this Laguna color, which is like the prettiest dark turquoise. I wish I could find it in a wall color. Because, I was talking the other day about maybe painting my daughter's bedroom. I think I want to do it in this really dark turquoise color because her furniture is more the color of this Key West. And like the color of my dining room chairs here. It's more like a cream color. So I think this turquoise will really like, even though it's kind of a darker color, will make everything else, it'll kind of tie everything together. I don't know. So I'm just painting like the top part of this so it will kind of have, and then I'm going to wrap maybe a tiny bit of it over so it has a bit of a border. We'll see. I've never made a teacher name plaque before, so this is a little bit of an experiment for me. But I think it's a cute idea because all it is a 2x4. So I mean, that's probably something you guys have at home. You wouldn't have to even get out your jigsaw. If it was too long, you might have to have like somebody help you if you're not familiar with using a circular saw. Have somebody help you cut it down a little shorter. Karami, hey, what do you use? What do you set your Cricut dial using settings when you're cutting stencils? You have to get the deep cut blade with the deep cut housing. I didn't realize this at first. I just bought the deep cut blades. But you also have to have the deep cut housing because apparently it has a different clearance level to the mat. I don't know. I don't know all the logistics. I just know you need it. So you can get those on Amazon, I think for like 10 or 11 bucks. But you need the deep cut blade with deep cut housing. And on the Cricut, you need to set the pressure to max so that it's pushing down as hard as it can to cut the stencil. So, and that should have no problem cutting through some of this. Because it said online that those deep cut housings can cut up to 1.5, I don't know. I started to say millimeters, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe it was 15 millimeters thick. So, that should work for you. All right. I need to quit talking so much and get some painting done. Take that color to Lowe's. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I should just take it. Nearly knocked my plate in the floor again. I should just take my paint to Lowe's and just say, hey, this is the color I want. Watching you again as you come back from Dallas. Are you on the road, Victoria? Hello, Tisha. Has everybody had a good day today? I have been so confused this week because my kids started school on Tuesday, and which made Tuesday feel like a Monday. And now all of my days are like out of sync. Like this doesn't feel like Thursday. And tomorrow doesn't feel like it should be Friday. Not that I'm complaining, because I love Fridays. But it just feels like this week has flown by. I need more time in my day to get things done. That's part of the reason why I end up staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning, is because like I'm a night owl, and so my brain is going 100 miles an hour at that time of night, and I have a hard time settling down. Does anybody else have that problem? Like you're either a morning person or a night owl, and as Jennifer Allwood says, when is your genius time? Well, my genius time is like 10 to midnight. That's when all of my ideas are flowing, and that's when I get the most work done. I have a hard time just sitting down and chilling, unless I'm just exhausted from my day. If I can physically exhaust myself during the day, sometimes I can settle in at night. Tanya says, you're a night owl. Oh, I love the little owl emoji. Yes, definitely a night owl here. I do not like having to get up early. I don't function well in the mornings. I'm like, don't talk to me. And the problem is I don't drink coffee, so I'm not like one of those people who starts functioning after I drink my coffee. I have to have some Diet Mountain Dew or something like that, because I'm not a coffee drinker. Okay, let me kind of show you what we got going on. All the edges are painted this turquoise, and the front is painted like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this border around the front just a tiny bit so it's visible from the front. I'm only doing maybe like a 1/4 inch border. And then we're gonna paint our little apple. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I quit talking. Hello from North Carolina coast, Swainsboro. I don't know if I've ever heard of Swainsboro. We actually lived in North Carolina for a little while, Leanne. We lived, my husband was in the Marine Corps, and we were stationed at Cherry Point, and we lived at New Bern. And if we didn't have family ties here, I think we could have lived there until retirement, because that is the most quaint, sweet little town. It's like a small town, but it's got everything you need. It even had like a mall and a Target, but it had the small town feel, and it was real coastal feeling. So I just love that town, and it was only about a 30-minute drive from the beach. So gotta learn to like the coffee. Yeah, you know, I've doctored it up pretty good, Karen, and I still can't learn to love it like I need to. Okay, what are y'all's thoughts? I'm thinking I should have painted the back turquoise as well, because now the white looks funny. What do you think? Should I go ahead and paint the back turquoise? I may have to do that after the video's over, just because I don't want to turn it upside down, and you know, painting all 4 sides of something's kind of difficult if you aren't planning on drying in between. Oh, Cherry Point's only about 30 minutes from you. I thought Swainsboro sounded vaguely familiar, but you know, that was back in like 2005 or 2006 when we lived there. So it's been a while. Memories are kind of fuzzy. You got a painting project done, Angie, and you got paid for it. That's even better, because you know, you got to be crafty and enjoy what you're doing, and you got paid for it. That's great. Let me read some more comments here. You think the white looks fine. What does everybody else think? Stephanie thinks the white looks fine. Do you think I need to paint the turquoise on the back? I'm just thinking like the back's probably only going to be seen by the teacher, but I don't know.
Paint it. Paint it.
My husband's whispering, paint it. He always has an opinion. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Look at that. See, this is why I like egg cartons. Look at that. That paint just ran all over the plate like nobody's business. Okay, the next color I'm using is flamenco red. Not flamingo, like the bird. Flamenco, like the Spanish dancer. I get so tickled at all of my parties because they'll say, oh, it's that flamingo red color that I used. Flamingos aren't red. Flamenco. You gotta look closely. It's got a C in it. So, flamenco red. It's kind of like a barn red, but I wanted a nice rich red color for the apple, so that it would kind of pop on top of this turquoise, because my regular red, the bright red, is a little bit too transparent. Linda says paint it. Bonnie says paint it. Sarah says make it reversible. I don't know. We're just gonna do the front for right now on this video. So I'm just gonna paint a cute little apple. I'm gonna paint it upside down and then I'll kind of show you guys from your angle. And I'm just freehanding it, but you know, if it freaks you out to freehand an apple, you could always doodle it. And if you can't doodle it, then you could print one out on the internet, cut it out, and trace it. I used to do those things before I got to where I was doing stuff like this all the time, and then you just kind of get used to it. So there's the regular apple shape. Kind of looks like a heart with a little booty shape at the bottom. Okay. And we're going to put a little stem and a leaf. That way it looks more apple-ish. We're using all kinds of technical terms here. Apple-ish. Okay, we got the stem. And then, oh, and the brown I used was burnt umber. And now this green is my favorite green, the palm leaf. I'm just going to do a little apple leaf. Okay. There you go. You guys see that okay? Yeah. A quote would be cute. Oh, that is an idea. That way she's like seeing something inspirational on the back. I didn't think about that. Maybe write something to inspire the teacher on the back, like "you rock," or just the word "inspire." You guys have great ideas. I love it. That's why I'm so glad y'all are here. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, I'm going to find a good brush here to do the lettering because we have to write Miss Ashley on here. And my brushes are all out of whack because Charlie came in here and she likes to pretend to paint. And she'll get in all my paint brushes, and then they're not all facing upwards. They're kind of like half of them are upside down. Maybe I can just use the brush I just had. You kind of have to watch though. Like you can't leave a paint plate over here that's got any paint on it at all, or she'll come over and start painting everything. Sometimes herself. Hello, Sarah from North Carolina, just joining. Well, if you missed the beginning of the video, you can always go back and watch it from the beginning. I was laughing at Sarah saying TGIF on the back. I like that idea. I may send that idea to the person who ordered it and just see what she says before I do it on the back. Because, I don't know, she was the one who ordered it and I want it to be like what she had in mind. And I've already kind of gone outside the box with doing the polka dots because the design she sent me was all white with an apple and a name. And I'm like, I can't do anything all white. Like, if y'all know me, it's got to have some color. Paint "you rock" on the back, yeah. Okay, so I'm using like a filbert tip brush. Let me see if I can get real close so you guys can see it. See how it's kind of rounded? It's kind of blurry too. But it's only about 1/4 inch wide. And so this will give you nice clean edges whenever you're writing your lettering. And her name is Miss Ashley with just the MS. And like I said before, when you do a downward stroke, kind of push down and then lift up off of it. That way you don't get like those scratchy looking paintbrush lines at the end of your letter. It kind of gives it a smooth rounded edge at the bottom of the letter. Okay, Miss Ashley. I saw several of you guys were buying the Stencil stuff on my website today. It made me excited because it's like I feel like I'm helping you guys out a little bit. I mean, it's helping me too, obviously, because it's providing for my family, but I know a lot of people have really been needing that type of thing, and so I'm glad to be able to fulfill that need for you guys so that you can create. And I've been getting a ton of messages from people saying, look what I painted today. You've inspired me to start painting. And that makes me so happy because if I've inspired you to try something new or to get your paints back out that you haven't touched in forever, that just makes me so happy. So I love getting those pictures. Keep sending them to me. Keep telling me like what you like to see on my page and stuff like that. I've really enjoyed it. So keep them coming. All right, I'm gonna do the little serifs on the letters like I was telling you guys about last night. That's just like the little lines underneath each letter. and at the ends of the letters. I think it kind of gives it a little bit of an elementary school feel, because I'm pretty sure this lady's an elementary school teacher. Oh, and we need like a little white highlight on the apple and on the apple leaf, because I can't do anything without doing a white highlight on something. Y'all know me. Or at least by day 5 of Facebook Live, you probably know me by that well. Here we go. All right, project is finished. Y'all let me know what you think about these stencils after you've tried them out, and let me know how it went if you're cutting your own stencils. I'm probably going to put something on the back, and I'll take a picture of it if I do, but I'm going to contact the buyer first and let them know. So this is ready for Miss Ashley. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow. It might be around the same time. I'm not sure yet, because we got back to school night tomorrow night, so just keep an eye out on my page, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 6. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful Thursday evening.